Okay, David, while understanding that you can't comment on any deals that aren't official, in general, what is your philosophy when it comes to making major investments in players, both in terms of years and dollars? How do you go about deciphering who is the right type of player to invest that type of money in?
Yeah, I think as a general rule of thumb, you're looking at both the talent level of any particular player, where they are in their careers, and also who that player is as a person. When you're talking about considering a long-term investment with any player, understanding who that person is as a person, what motivates them, what drives them, it's a big part of the equation. And in all of our free agent pursuits, we try to accomplish that and fully comprehend the person that we're recruiting to the organization.
You mentioned the type of person, and it's something that was very noticeable last year, is the type of people that you brought into the organization, the type of clubhouse that you had. Aside from the obvious monetary strength that you have as an organization, what do you think it is about the culture that's being built that is attractive now to free agents?
I think it's been heartening for us that as we've talked to free agents at all elements of the market throughout this offseason, we found a lot of them want to come here. And part of it is New York and the market and the intensity and the fan base. And part of it is the reputation that the organization is building as a place where players can come, be themselves, where we really care about our players and players care about each other. And that's a really fun environment to play in. We saw that last year, and it helped us win games last year. And we're certainly looking forward to continuing that.
When you come into a new organization, I know that a lot of it is observing and learning. What was your perception by the end of the year of the organization, the health of the organization, the minor leagues, versus maybe where you anticipated it was when you originally took the job?
I think we're continuing to move in the right direction, and we're far from perfect. We'll never get there. We're far from a finished product. But we have a group of people throughout the organization that are working really hard on a daily basis to help us move incrementally forward. And we have a lot of people who care a lot about our organization, care a lot about the Mets. And when you add all of that together, it generally leads to progress. So I'm happy with where we are, looking forward to having a productive offseason, and then very excited to get going next year.
One of the most exciting things, I think, for the organization that happened last year is you went out, you signed a couple of starting pitchers in Chaminade and Luis Severino, and they reached their fullest potential with you. As you look forward and kind of locate pitchers that you want to bring into the organization, what did you learn about the pitching group that you think will lead to more success stories like that?
Yeah, we have a really talented pitching apparatus. Our pitching coaches, both at our major league level and throughout the minor league system, are a really good group. They work incredibly well with our performance department, so our major league trainers, our strength and conditioning coaches, our game planning group. And when you have those various segments of your organization working well together, it can lead to some really impressive improvements, players taking steps forward, and we saw that with a couple of players last year. And I am confident that we have the systems in place to reproduce that as we bring new players in as well.
We've seen over the last couple of seasons a lot of teams take relief pitchers, transition them to starting pitchers, and have success. What are the things that you look for that say to you, that guy, I think, can make that move?
So number one is the desire to make the move, right? You have to have a player who is eager to do it. It requires a little bit of a different type of training, a little bit of a different mentality than someone who's going down to the bullpen and who's available every single night. So that's the beginning. And then we look at their repertoire. And do they have the type of pure stuff package and execution capabilities that we believe is going to allow them to turn over a lineup multiple times? And if you have those two things, frankly, there's no reason that they can't be starters. And there are probably a lot of relievers in baseball who are very talented relievers who, if they wanted to and had the opportunity, could be effective starters as well. And we're beginning to see a little bit of a trend throughout baseball.
All right, finally, obviously all Mets fans are going to be curious about the status of Pete Alonso. What is the organization's appetite right now to bring Pete back?
Yeah, we love Pete, and we've been consistent about that throughout. Pete's a really good Met, and we'll see where the offseason goes. I'm not going to make any predictions, but we understand what Pete has meant to our franchise, and we're going to see how the rest of the offseason plays out.
All right, David, great to see you. Thanks so much for the time.
Thanks, Steve.